When you go out into the woods and you look at trees, you see all these different trees. Some of them are bent, some of them are straight, some of them are evergreens, and some of them are whatever. And you look at the tree and you allow it. You see why it is the way it is. You sort of understand that it didn't get enough light, and it turned that way due to it. And you don't get all emotional about it. You just allow it, and you appreciate the tree for what it is. The minute we get near humans, we tend to lose all of that. And we are constantly saying, you are to this, or I am to this. Basically, that judgment mind comes in. And so I practice turning people into trees, which means appreciating them just the way they are. You know, a lot of us don't see the permanent movement of everything around us and the permanent, constant exchange. When you stand by a river that's flowing, you get that sense that there's a permanent movement. And when you stand by the ocean and the waves roll and crash, again you get the same sense of a permanent moving reality. When you come to a forest, as she breathes out, you breathe in. As you breathe out, she breathes in. That means that behind our senses, there is a permanent movement. And the permanent movement is that the forest is symbiotic with you. You are but an expression of it. She needs your presence, but she needs your presence in a wholehearted, non-carnal-minded way. She needs you not to live in the past or the future, because this makes you unconscious of the present. When you become unconscious of the present, you become unconscious of the symbiotic relationship of me exhaling and this wonderful forest, which I label as she, inhaling. And of course, it works in the other direction too. But if you sit quiet enough, you cannot shut off your five senses for very long. And you can't shut them all off permanently while I'm here. But I can shut off my mind's interpretation of what my senses are bringing to me. And at that very moment is the very moment that I enter that state of absolute connectedness with my environment around me. Because as I stop labeling the input of my five senses, separate senses become apparent. And that sense, that sixth sense of oneness, that is either worked towards via the logic of knowing the science that you are inhaling what the tree exhales, or it can come from an intuitive place of love, where you stop fragmenting the reality, you stop labeling the input, and you become just as much an expression of life and the natural world as the tree behind me. You join it in your home, because that is your home. And the symbiotic relationship, how it must feel to Mother, Father, Creator, and Mother Nature, to have humans randomly chop down life-giving trees that are as much a cousin as our human brethren. How it must feel that its children are so unconscious that it can't see that it's removing its own life support and doing it without any thought. Come to nature, be at one with the trees, and be like a tree. Do not judge the tree by your side. You just do what you were supposed to do since the day your seed cracked open. You do it with morality and heart. But you do it knowing that you are not a man in the forest. You are the man the forest chose to express. I love you all.